Alright guys, we're back with another week of D20 Brigade. When we last left off last week, we're just going to jump straight into it. We found out that Lord Snow, the Dagger Falls elected member of the Pentagonate Council, was a traitor and was selling out our party to the king. And that Anna has sent somebody to kill her prisoner down below. So we're going to just start off from there. We rested for the night. Fia lit her ass on fire, literally. Decided to get drunk and fall into a campfire.
Because that happened.
Yes, because that happened. At the same time, we've dealt with certain small situations involving the 7th Scythe Brigade, and we've met the captain of the forward guard. So we're just really going to jump right into this, actually, today. And we're at the camp now. And everyone wakes up in the morning. And Meridia, you successfully have a full elven disguise, officially.
Huzzah!
Except for you still have to find a way to hide your lower tusks.
Okay.
I know how to do it. Just put like bracelets and necklaces over it to make it look pretty, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's just decoration." I think it would look nice.
It works for people who aren't too super close, right?
Yeah. On top of that, Fia, you found a full new set of clothes in the morning. The tent is graciously provided for you. These things.
Is it still that butt floss that I had last night, or no?
No, it's not the butt floss.
Thank you. Thank you.
The thong.
As you wake up, as everyone wakes up and starts going about their daily business, you hear soldiers outside moving, you hear campfires being put out, you hear just random normal movements for the morning of a camp just setting itself up and doing the daily monitorings. One of the members sort of rustles the front flap of the tent. And who would like to be in the living room? Let's just, whatever person.
Me!
Oh, okay, Lillian decides to be in the living room very, very loudly. You see the wall vibrate as he rustles this. Because he can't knock on a door, it's a tent, to him at least. You see the wall of this small house that you're inside of, like, vibrate. And so you decide to peek your head out. And he says, the other one of you, Relea, has already advanced forward. She's scouting out the territory. Not a bad idea. She sent back this message, saying that everything is clear. So I suggest gathering your party, take down the tent, and start moving to catch up with her.
What did she really do that all night?
She didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but
Okay, she nods. Thank you. I'll get on that.
I'll take that away. So, alright, so you've now learned that Relea is headed forward. What exactly is your next move?
I'm going to choose to obnoxiously wake everybody up because apparently Liliana's a morning person. Complete total opposite of me in real life.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'd be an early. I'd have heard what was going on and woken up. I'm a light sleeper in the game.
Alright.
Not like real life, but yeah.
No, I think none of us are light sleepers in real life.
I am.
Okay. Anyway. So, we all grumbly wake up, at least Dandelion grumbly wakes up out of bed and starts putting together his supplies and walks out. What do you want?
Relay is ahead of us. We gotta get him moving. Let's all just grab something to eat on the road and eat as we go. Water and food and such.
I'm still sleeping because I have a horrible headache from last night.
I'm jumping on you. When I see Faya has yet to come out of bed, she goes, "1 moment, please," and she like skips to the back room and doesn't even knock on the door, just opens it and goes, "Sister!" Jumps.
I freak out. I'm just like, what? I was just like, okay, I'm awake now. Get out so I can get my stuff.
As you wake up, you see 2 small white pills and a small water glass has appeared on a small table next to the bed.
Lillian hands it to her sister and she walks out. Here you go.
Thank you. I take it and then I ingest both of them.
You start to feel the headache of what is the alcohol, like massive, why did I forget the word? Hangover.
Hangover.
I forgot that word. I'm like, why can I not think of this? You feel the hangover start to abate as you walk out and see the rest of your party there in the living room of this tent. So, everyone walks outside of the tent, and Lillian, you wave your hand slightly, and the tent, you watch this tent now start folding and crushing into small pieces and then float in the air above you.
I really need one of these.
It's like, when me and Brandon go camping, I need this for...
Fuck that. I'd be living outside this house. Ain't gotta pay no rent, living in this little tent. Has everything I need.
It suddenly flies into your bag and just sits there.
Because that happens.
Hey, it's a magical tent.
I'm a sorcerer.
Leaving the camp, you see various scouts going about different ways, and everything else. And then you start to see a trail that's sort of been given to you. You can tell the trail is, in fact, actually, Amaridia, make a tracking check.
Tracking check, sure thing.
You have a track feat, right? Don't you? Being a ranger.
I don't think it's a feat, but I think it's a special ability I do have.
Yeah. So go ahead and I guess roll for spot with your track ability.
Okay.
Put it.
Second, it's pulling up. Come on, computer, wake up. Yeah, track.
And there we have Tiffany with a bunch of stuff in her mouth again.
I'm sorry. I just chew on random things, I guess.
I was like, I just look over and I see Tiffany with a bunch of stuff hanging from her mouth.
It's my headphone cord.
First finished conversation earlier, now this. Come on, Mariah. Really?
I think I'm saying whatever it is you want me to say.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You very much. As you look at the trail laid in front of you, you gather that Relaya left this trail for us to follow.
Relaya left this trail for us to follow.
That's a good idea. We should probably stick to it.
If
so we can not
wrong,
die.
If you rolled wrong, it could possibly lead you astray. You don't know this. It is very possible. Or you could have ended up back in Daggerfall for all you know.
Oh my god.
That would have
If I'm
been
a ranger, wouldn't I know we were heading south instead of north?
I couldn't see the floor underneath me, so no.
I'm a ranger. I'm just saying it's something my character should be able to know with a sense of
Well,
direction.
see, here's the thing. You would also think that if rolling a spot check, you would, to see things around you, that Lillian, as, a person who has eyes that function, would be able to legitimately see the floor underneath your feet, but she couldn't even do that.
Yeah, and I wasn't drinking. Mind you. No alcohol.
Wasn't drinking, no, just said, are there things around me I can throw? Yeah. No,
Can't
there's
see the
not.
floor.
There-
I'm floating.
So it is very possible. Yes, Mariah? What?
I didn't mean to do that so retardedly, but while we're walking, can I do detect animals or plants? I mean, I know that plants are going to be around, but I just want to detect for some kind of animal. Because I'm bored.
Sure, go ahead and detect animal.
But we're not walking yet.
Well, we're
Well,
about to be.
We're walking.
We found a trail.
Now we're on the path. As you're walking down this path now, it kind of widens up a little bit, and there's trees, that have gotten closer and closer. But you detect rabbits, just hopping around, birds in the trees. You detect very small animals so far.
Okay.
No more squirrels.
No more squirrels.
The squirrels are small animals unless you make them mutant sized.
They're all mutant size. Go away.
So I didn't find anything I like, so I just kept walking. Unless you can make a rabid mutant squirrel, that'd be great. Or
Yeah.
a rabbit.
No dire rabbits right now.
I just keep walking.
Oh, hold on. Did I add the snake token? I should have. Because there's also your snake, which is permanent. You also
Can you make a token for it now?
Yes, I did.
Yay. Can't see the party, but I'll find it eventually.
You're at the far right.
Found us.
Okay, I'm taking these off. Hurts my face.
There you go. There's a snake token. You might want to turn us down. Right. Give someone a control port. Okay, so see there you go. No more weirdly drawn worm snakes.
That was like huge. It's a big ass snake.
As we're walking through, we see we see a small machete lashed into one of the trees.
Oh, someone's attacking us. Huzzah.
No one's attacking me yet. Like I said, I'm trying to gun for no combat today. This is supposed to be more of a role-playing day.
Now, does it just look like a plain machete, or is there anything like...
It just looks like a plain machete, like someone was trying to cut through brush and vines with it.
Okay, like nothing weird on the handle, or...
Roll a spot check for it.
Okay.
Or actually, no, for you, roll a detect magic check.
Okay, I think I have... Can I just roll D20? Is there anything that I could add to that to like... Oh shit, I should probably get rid of light up.
Yeah, whatever your detect magic skill, the modifier for that.
Hold on, open. I'm unprepared today, guys. Unprepared. Shame on me.
That doesn't change from normally, so I guess the status quo hasn't been altered.
Whatever, I usually have it open. Would it be wisdom?
If you look in your skills, there's actually a detect magic skill.
Oh, I'm just kidding, guys. I was just testing you. Knowledge archaic. So, +1. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll go down.
Hopefully I didn't do all this work for...
Nothing.
I see nothing.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, as you wave your hands over this, you see the glowing. You see your sister kind of glowing a little bit. Just the fact that she uses magic. You see me glowing. You see Amaridia have a slight glow about her, and you can tell that this machete is a perfectly normal, just average machete that was used by maybe one of the elves earlier to cut vines with. So there's nothing there's nothing magical about this machete. It's just it was left there.
Me. Okay, I don't want it.
Dandelion does take it just in case we have to maybe cut through something later on.
Helpful, smart thinking.
Yeah.
I should have taken it. That's okay. I don't want to cut
Hey,
anyways.
Danceland, did you take a hit?
No.
Your
'Cause
health's down.
is low.
Oh. I'll put that back actually.
How did you not reset all of your health?
I thought I did.
Mouse.
I thought I did. I thought I did.
He was just trying to kill himself early off in the game.
This is how we do it.
We start to hear the chirping of birds and tree and as we go by, and then Dantelane turns to Amaridia and says, "Do you see Do you sense anything around us at this point? Because we want to make sure we at least watch our backs."
Sure. I will look around.
Or send your snake to investigate, either one.
Yeah. I'd have my snake looking around.
Your snake does detect a animal presence to the north. It doesn't sense what it is. It just sense there's some kind of animal that's larger than it.
Snake doesn't sense much, but there is some large animal to the north.
Might I try to use detox plants and animals again to see what it is?
Sure.
For some reason my health is still wacky.
You sense that it's a large pack of animals, actually, to the north.
That is not reassuring.
You guys, it's not one large entity, it's many entities. What
Alright.
do you want to do about this? Dancelin, what do you want to do about this?
I grimace slightly. Let's stick to the path for now. There's no really way out of it.
I mean, we were warned about the forest animals here. Let's just stick to what we're doing. If there's anything dangerous that we come across, we'll handle it then. No need to go out of our way.
As we're walking forward, the raven that we sent out last night suddenly appears and lands in front of us.
I scoop him up and I look at him.
We were supposed to forget about us.
Liliane, you see on the bird's ankle is a small message tied to it.
Take the message out, and I move the raven up to my shoulder because I summoned him last night, and I open it and I see what I can read.
Again, you you open it up and you see the random letters. The random selection of letters that was sent from last night, and the box of five, the five boxes that were drawn on. That you can't read it. You just see there's a code on it.
I hand it to Dancelin and I'm just like, can you try to read this? Because I noticed that he wrote it down last night.
I grab it's a different one. I grab the paper. So this one's different. It's a reply. So I start taking things down. So I start going through it and start writing down. I look at the passphrase, and then I finish it off. The tape. What the? I turn to Liliane. Ask the tent to summon the table.
She raises her brow, slowly reaches into her backpack, and pulls out the tent. This is weird. Tent. Hold summon the table.
The table, suddenly you see the table sort of spring up a little bit from your hand.
I don't
And
want this in my hand.
it stays in your hand regardless. And then a small opening appears on the opposite side of you as a table starts to slide its way out in weird ways and then plop right down in front of you on the path. As you do this, you hear a small howl.
Oh, fuck.
But
This is not a safe place to do this.
the message changes. Place your hand over the middle.
Place his hand in middle.
As you place your hand over the middle, you suddenly see a small glyph form in your hand. And then it starts spinning and goes down to the table itself. As the glyph touches the wood, a small depression starts to form in the wood itself. And you see it's just about the right size for the stone that Anna gave you earlier.
So
Dan Flynn watches the message change again. Put the stone in.
I don't like this. She takes the stone out of her pocket, not the backpack, the pocket, and sits it in the middle.
When you set the stone in the middle, suddenly the table reacts. It starts vibrating and shaking a little bit. And then you see sort of the black velvet from last night envelop out of the table and start to go on the ground and surround the entire party. Once this happens, the entire world sort of goes black for all of us. And as our eyes are forced to close and then reopen, and in front of us then, where the table was standing, is Anna.
Just Anna?
Just Anna. She's slightly smiling at you. It says, "I'm glad to see your raven made it safely. The coded message was a good way to keep it safe. All paper communications in and out from ravens are being intercepted by the kingdom. They couldn't even crack the code. So we're safe for the moment. And this stone, our scrying stones in Daggerfall were not taken, so we're the only ones that have communication this way. We're perfectly fine to talk like this."
No one else has access to the stone. She tells Just Anna.
No, I've moved those for now. Right now, I'm the only one that has control of those. Okay. The Mage Tower wasn't exactly happy, but at this point, we need to make sure our communications are more secure.
Okay. Is there, like, a door or anything in this room, too? Like, is there anything that I could, like, look around to do? Because I know I snuck into the one stone, so just in case somebody did get access, is there any way I could look around the room and sense anybody's presence or anything before I talk to Anna?
The only reason... Wait, hold on. You gained access to the other communications. What are you talking about?
The king? How I got in there? So is there any way
this is her asking you.
Oh, no, I'm talking out of character.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were asking that in character.
No.
As you look around, the walls themselves seem very solid.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were actually asking me that in character. It's like, I was like, okay.
No, I ain't trying to mindfuck Anna yet.
No, the walls of the area seem very solid, and there's no entryway in or out except for the stone in itself being activated or deactivated.
Okay. Cool. So I get a very serious face, and I look at Anna. I have some bad news.
What is it?
Somebody close to you. You can't trust them. They're a spy.
What do you mean, someone close, and how so?
Somebody that knows our identity. They're a spy for the king.
Surely not one of you.
No.
You watch her kind of pace back and forth. The Lord Snow wouldn't do that. He's been at
Lillian's face like hardens as she says his name.
How do you know this?
You know that prisoner, that guard that we got before we left?
Yeah, we had him locked up in the dungeons until
He
last
dropped
night.
a stone, and I picked up the stone. And when we got to the elf's camp, and we were winding down for the night, the stone activated. So of course, taking the opportunity to pick up on any information that I could, I listened in. And I saw the king talking to somebody that we all know, Snow. And he was telling the king about you, about how you were saying that you were the regent. He was telling the king about us, how we escaped. Everything.
You see Anna's face start to get a little bit grim. She goes, that makes sense. And the intelligence that Amaridia had delivered us before said they were at least a week away. Getting you out should have been simple, but the attack happened too quickly. I'm sorry, go ahead.
At this moment, we all have to agree not to trust anybody besides our party right now who's in this room. Well, and Relaya.
It's a good way to go about it. Okay. Well, rest assured, the guard that we secured was put down last night.
Did you witness it yourself?
I did not, but I have seen his body.
Okay. Good.
We put him in one of the incinerators, so he's no longer a threat. I find it hard to believe that Lord Snow would do this, but at the same time, one of his daggers is also it was in the room. He ran very quickly. It was a closest weapon I had at the time, so I just handed that off. So maybe we can use that to our advantage. Right now, keep this to yourselves. I don't want this one getting out. We don't have enough concrete evidence against him to try and make that move. He's a duly elected official from the people. We can't exactly just take him out willy-nilly.
No, we cannot. And if we do, the king will know that it's us, and that will automatically cause war between the humans and the elves once again.
Yes, you're correct.
So,
I'm guessing, I won't ask your location and I won't make you put it. But
just know we're safe.
Good. We can use this channel for communication later on if you need to ever communicate with me. There's a boat that I've secured with the network that Relaya has set up in the south. There's a boat that's going to be right out of Solanaar that will take you northward. It's a small pirate ship, and it leaves in 6 days' time. So that's as much as I could secure. So you need to be on this before that. If you need any more help, I can in terms of that, I can try and get them to be held. But know that they're not going to stick around forever. And getting an elven boat north may not be the best way to do this.
No, they would surely see us coming on an elven boat.
So, just be safe out there. Watch the forest.
You be safe there. The king has a very close eye on you.
We already know. We've been tracking the movements of the 7th Scythe Brigade as they move through the city. The explosion that you guys saw before you left, killed about 23 people. The Mage Tower is fine. It was a small house with numerous families inside at that point.
Still, that's a heavy loss, Mage Tower or not.
Yeah. They're causing havoc inside the city. We're trying to keep it contained, but at this point now, we don't see any more reason to do this. We see no more reason to try and hide the fact there's something going on. The people have already been spooked enough.
Right, that explosion.
Yeah, it's not since the revolt have we had something this big happen.
And I'll keep an eye on that stone, just in case any other information I get.
It's more than likely you. Did they detect you last night? Did they sense another presence?
Yes.
Then discard it. They're not going to reuse that open line of communication. They've probably done the same securing of their magical technologies. It won't be effective anymore.
True.
So you can discard that or use it for whatever. Light a fire with it. All I care. But make haste with this mission.
Yeah.
We will.
Alright, I'm going to leave now. If you need any more contact, let me know. And as she says this, you see the wall start to be pulled down, the black velvet pull away, and the world comes back into view. And the table shoots the stone back into your hand.
That's a fancy table.
It's a fancy tent. I'm sorry, Mariah, you look like you're sucking on a baby bottle right now.
It's like Adam Orange Crush. I needed to take some aspirin. I needed something to drink with it.
As the table then suddenly starts popping back into the tent, and the tent flies itself back into your bag. Dandelion looks at the party. At least we know we have communication back, so we're not entirely alone.
Thank God.
But I suggest we get moving, as you hear another howl.
Quickly.
Moving forward, you hear the rush of paws as they through the trees, and you hear this yelp.
I put my hand up.
The party stops as you suddenly hear just the thrashing and gnawing of teeth, and you hear an animal being eaten in the middle of the trees.
I look over at Dantlin and I ask him what he wants to do. Do you want to go and approach them? Because they're going to come after us anyways if we walk by.
I shake my head and I put my hand to the ground and whisper some words to detect animals.
Nice.
Oh, I feel the animals' presence, well, a little bit beyond us in the trees, and I can hear their minds just focusing the food. I put my face to my finger, my lips, and whisper, "They don't hear us." Slowly, quietly. Let's just move forward. As we keep walking, I'm guessing, Amarita, you have your bow taken out and trained?
Oh, yeah, of course. I am ready for anything. Because no one likes me.
Well, you're officially disguised, so...
I'm disguised, but not my tusks.
Oh, true. And there's no people at this moment, so...
But none of us are really super welcome.
Oh, no, not with the animals. As we move forward, we see the brush start to get thicker and everything else. I turn to Lillian. We finally hear the gnashing of teeth sort of get quieter and quieter. We see a flock of birds, a massive flock, get shot out of trees and just decide to fly away from where they were nesting at before. I turn to Lillian once I feel we're supposedly safe enough from the previous pack. And I tell her, I'm not going to make you spill it today. But before we get to Solanaar, we're going to have to know what happened. Fia at least has a right to know, if not anyone else.
No, Fia does not have the right to know. I did not twist Fia's hand to follow me. Fia followed me on her own.
And you expected her not to?
Yes.
And you expected me not to follow her?
I expected you both to stay put.
She's your sister.
Wow. Still, she should have just stayed put. We wouldn't be in the situation if she would have stayed put.
I kind of look at you abruptly, and I'm like, okay, you have not been this way since before all this happened. You weren't even this way when we were in Woodwillow. What happened to you this last month? What's going on?
Lillian just shakes her head. We have other things to worry about.
Yeah, remember last night? No secrets? I'm not asking you to divulge what happened a long time ago. I'm asking you to divulge what happened recently.
Let's just say they play hand in hand.
I sigh. Eventually this is going to have to come out. You know this.
Not really. I mean, it could stay under wraps. All you guys have to know is you and Fia are welcome. Me and Emeridia will not be welcomed.
I think Emeridia will be fine on her own.
Not with my parents.
Suddenly we hear a horn. A small horn sort of bellow in the distance.
I definitely jumped because let's just say I was startled.
We start to hear the sounds of 3 or 4 creatures talking in Orcish.
Ooh, Orcish.
I push Emeridia forward.
Thanks.
Emeridia, as you're hearing them, you're hearing a small group of orcs that have been. You hear them talking about how they pillaged a small cache of things that were stored out in the wilderness, and a tent that had been left alone. And they say that they're waiting to meet up with their leader. Taking over some ruins just to the south of, the south of you, but to the east of some major elven stronghold. Do you relay this to the party, or do you kind of keep it secret? Okay. So role play it out. I mean, this is I'm trying to avoid combat here, in a way, but at the same time, role play this out.
They were just talking about how they looted some stuff and found an empty tent. We should probably go around the group if we can.
How many voices did you hear?
I don't know. You tell me.
I said 3.
3. I heard 3.
I said 3.
I am multitasking.
I look at the group as suddenly along the path we see a foot start to cross the path in itself, far enough in front of us that we just see one tiny foot. They don't see us at all.
Tiny, like tiny, or like tiny far away?
The tiny as in far away.
Oh.
Yeah, so and they start, and then all of a sudden you see a second pair of feet, and a third go along the path. They do not notice us yet, and they're walking across. But suddenly you see a small glint of gold on one of their belts in Meridia.
Can we tell what they are?
They're orcs.
How long does my disguise spell work?
Depends on how you're using it. Really. I mean,
well, being that we're not in combat right now, but my goal is to, just in case anything does go happen, maybe I could look like them. Like, worst comes to worst, the party could be my prisoners or something.
One of them walks off, doesn't even notice you at all. So now you're down to 2. He rolled a natural 1 to spot check because he's just looking around. He's gone. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna go off and do whatever.
Hi guys.
The other one smells something different.
How long does my spell last for?
3 rounds. We'll just say that for right now.
Well, before they even notice us, because I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna disguise myself just in case they do notice us.
Yeah, it's well.
I'm not very good at this. Because I got some numbers on bluff. I think I got like. I got 5 up
here's
bluff.
the sad part. Your disguise ultimately fails to do anything. And as the one orc stops, the one orc who has the shiny thing that Amaridia noticed earlier kind of stops, says, I smell something.
Sorry, God. God.
What the hell was that laugh?
Can we go hide in a bush, guys?
I kind of have an idea, but they might see it kind of suspicious.
Roll if you want to hide in a bush.
Obscuring mist.
Hold on, I want to make sure.
Or we can just use the plan as Amaridia has it says.
Huh?
I don't Amaridia uses us as prisoners since she's the one that looks more orcish.
And I failed. Like fuck.
But 1 orc for 4 prisoners? For 3 prisoners?
I'm bad at it, apparently.
What somebody I can hide in a bush because I can hit from far away. And Meridia could have 2 prisoners. And if it comes to the point of we need to attack, I would be in the forest. Or somebody else could be in the forest with me. So there could be 2 people hiding, 1 person prisoner.
Alright, go ahead and roll a hide check. If you wish to do
I'd
that.
gladly play as prisoner.
Oh my god!
That is so funny. Alright, let me see if I can do a hide check.
So she stumbles and falls flat on her face.
I make a lot of noise.
As you go to hide, you make a lot of noise, and suddenly one of the orcs looks. The orc that has the glinting sort of thing on his belt looks and sees the party. And he smiles. And then he sees Amaridia.
I apparently think I'm really good at hiding, though. I'm like, you can't see me.
Did you put your hide modifier in there? No, you did roll a natural 1. Never mind. You rolled natural 1. You made so much noise that you probably alerted the forest.
But I think I'm a pro.
You think you're a pro.
I'm like, yeah, no one can see me.
I'm
So good.
invisible.
I'm invisible, has twigs standing out. I'm a tree in the middle of the fucking path.
You're the best hider ever.
You can't see me.
He starts to walk towards the party a little bit and says to you, Amrity and Orcish, "Those prisoners look a little too free."
Yeah, well, not all constraints are physical.
He grins a little bit and says to you, "Well, here, let us help." As both of them walk forward towards you, and they grab a couple sets of shackles. He said and says to you, "I know that Thronlock will not be happy that his slaves were so openly able to access themselves." Yes.
Are they magical? Like, can I sense if they're magical? Like, could I still use my magic if I have to? Even
You can go ahead and try.
not yet. I'm not doing it yet. But if it comes down to it, can I like?
I mean, you
I
haven't
just
been.
like you were doing some intricate dance move, like.
You can go. I mean, you're not chained up just yet. He pulls out a few sets of shackles as this happens, and he says, "Here, this should help you out eventually."
I'll use them if I need to, but I think I'm good enough not to need them.
And he starts looking over your clothing. You don't look fully orcish.
I'm enough. Orcish.
In that outfit, Thronlock wouldn't be happy that you've. Wait a minute. He goes to then put his partner then goes to put shackles on Danthelaine. So, and he's in close enough for this. Yes.
Do I still have the raven that I summoned that came back to us?
It's not a combat raven.
Can I just use it to distract them while I run away? With
Why
dance?
she run? She's gonna leave us.
I want to take Dancelin with me.
No!
You know,
Okay,
this one to get shackled.
Hold on. You're going to
Right.
run away, take me with you, leave the others.
Your sister.
Just
They want. They can follow if they want. I only have enough hands to take one person with me. I don't have like 11.
I am your sister.
Well, I'll grab you with my foot.
Thanks.
what?
Can you picture her running with one foot?
I could do it.
She's gonna fall. It's gonna be another bare ass experience.
No, like I have a plan. Okay, I look at my sister and just like
You
I got
guys
a
have no
plan.
idea what's going on, really. You don't speak
Yeah,
Orcish.
we don't understand
Sorry,
them.
I shouldn't have that token there. Those apologies.
But I just seen him put shackles on him. There's only could be one bad thing going on.
He
He's gonna
goes
take us
to.
to our
He
leader.
goes to. He's going to put shackles on me.
But I see the shackles. I'm just like, okay, this isn't gonna go well.
These are my prisoners. I'll handle them how I will. And as for my clothing, you can get closer to your prey when you look like them.
You hear him kind of laugh. That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. Until I'm really close, they can't tell anything, and then it's too late.
He waves off the other guy. Says, "Let him be." And they turn around behind us. Actually, close enough for me and Amaridia. If you wish to get a little bit bloody today.
I'm just trying to bluff my way out of it.
They walk forward and then back into the tree line. and disappear.
I had a good plan too.
I see that ending very badly. Just gonna throw that out there.
But I thought it was a really good plan.
So did I think about being in disguise and hiding. We see how well that went.
That was a great plan, though. You're the best guy ever.
Come on, you
I'm
guys.
a tree.
Let's move forward. Don't know
Guys,
if I
I'm a
can bluff our
tree.
way out of it again.
You can't see me.
Come on, tree, let's go.
Okay.
We move forward along the path. And the sound of drums starts to hear to our left. And we hear the same orcs again.
I do.
Well, we all heard the orcs this time, so it's like we all hear the orcs still. They're louder. As we hear the path pass very close by, you hear about 20 to 30 orcs sort of rambling about now.
I'm so glad we didn't.
Amaridia, I guess make a hide check for a minute.
Hide?
Yeah, hide check for a second.
Don't do this to us, Steven. I'm gonna be upset with you if this is gonna end up how I think it's gonna end up. Then we're not gonna be friends again.
Nobody roll like I do. I'm
Well,
back.
she also probably has many ranks in hide.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Even if I get a poor roll, it's still pretty good.
As long as she doesn't roll like a natural 1, she'll be perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Why? She doesn't want to be a tree like me?
No.
Tree like you?
You slowly ease yourself into a tree, and you notice that just on the other side of a light tree line is a massive camp of orcs that have taken over what looks like to be elven ruins from a long time ago. The stones are darker, and the buildings are very much destroyed. But you see their war chief at the top of them. You see elven slaves sort of moving about.
Well, that makes me upset.
I know, I want to be a hero,
She's the only one who sees this.
Out of character, it makes me upset.
Yeah. Be all ninja hero.
And on one side of this camp, you see 5 or 6 stacks of alcohol, of alcohol barrels that have just been sort of sitting there.
I thought of a
So
good
I'm not that
idea,
excited.
but I can't do nothing. Well, I thought of a brilliant idea, but I don't see this.
They
And
don't
it's
notice
very
any of
dangerous.
you anymore, and you sort of hear the voices of the 3 guys, and in Orcish they're saying, "Yeah, there's some prisoner transfer going on. I don't know. Whatever Thronlek's gonna do, he's gonna do." You hear this in your own language, not anyone else. And then you start to see a gladiator fight happening on, and no one notices the party. Alright, so what does you decide to do since you've now seen all this?
And I'm the only one who sees all this, right?
You're the only one who's seen it because you're the only one who's able to successfully hide.
Except for the tree over there. That's a pretty damn good tree.
I'm a fantastic tree.
Karate Kid style while holding twigs is not a tree, okay?
I'm fantastic, guys. No one can see me.
You're fabulous.
You're the only one who's seen this. Around you, if you look around you, you see a rock, some branches, nothing to really do anything else except for your own weapons.
I just tell the group that there's a huge bunch of orcs and that we should move on as quickly as we can.
That's bullshit.
I don't do
That
anything.
now. I'm upset now.
And our group isn't all together.
No, it's not. As we move...
If we want to gain favor with the elves, maybe I'll say, hey, oh, by the way, this was going on, and we can come back and do stuff.
So, Now
I
that we're
think that, hey, it's a huge group of orcs. We should move on quickly.
past this, my genius ideal, which could have ended really poorly, would have been to poison the alcohol.
And then wait till nightfall and then just go in.
No,
And-
just and free all the elves.
Emiradia could have possibly stealthed it.
Yeah, but seeing as if there was only a large group of orcs, we should just move on.
It's on the opposite side of the camp in the back. It's possible. You do have poison making, right?
Who, me?
I have a poisonous snake sitting right there. All we need to do is milk him.
True. This is very true. I mean,
But we're already past this. But that was my idea. I was
we still hear the drums in the back.
I hope someone changes their mind really quickly about what they saw. Out of character.
No, let's move ahead.
No!
As
I'm
we,
so excited.
as we move ahead, the drums get softer and softer. And we
Maria feels no guilt.
Nope.
And
I'm happy being alive. And I don't want to push my bluff too far. I am a smart orc, not a dumb orc.
moving forward, we suddenly hear the howl once again, as another set of wolves have let their presence be known. We see them run across the path and then scurry back, into the wood line. More of the animals sort of walk around and continue on. But then all of a sudden you hear sniffing. And after the wolves' charge finishes, two bears.
Okay, go on.
Which I'm going to use. This is gonna look odd, but just because the icon works. Two bears pop out of the tree line.
Wolverines.
Yeah, that's all I had. And
just keep going. I'm getting overly excited here.
And suddenly, on the path itself, we see the wolves come back and start to fight the bears right in front of us. So we're seeing 3 wolves versus 2 bears going on the path. No one's noticed us just yet. But we really look at the tree line. We can try and go around it, but it looks like we might end up in a worse position than before. So we can fight it.
Come on, my druids. Charm some animals.
I want to charm one of the bears. That's what I want to do. I want to have a giant bear next to me, and I want to put armor on it. I want to be like, let's go to war, and ride it into the war.
Okay, make a charm animal check. Since you can
Oh man, and it doesn't do it. I'm so upset.
hold on.
I hope it does it, but it's probably not going to do anything.
You charm another squirrel instead.
You can kind of feel the bear's mind start to bend to your will a little bit since you aimed the spell. But you sense it still trying to just go out its way. So I myself try and do the other bear.
And you succeed.
Yes, I succeed in bringing the bear into my fold. So now the bear is actually helping us.
I actually want to try again, but I don't know if I can.
It's not your turn for this.
I know.
What'd you say, Simona?
Could I try to calm the wolves down? I have a pretty high handle animal score.
There's 3 wolves, so you have to choose which one you want to do.
The one that's kind of leading their mini pack, because if we can make it so they're not fighting, then it might be easier, and the bears wouldn't be so damaged.
Well, it's more of the bears are the aggressors here.
Oh, the bears are the aggressors.
The bears were chasing the wolves, and the wolves decided they were done, and they were going to fight back. So
you've charmed one of the bears.
I've charmed one of the bears, yes.
Okay.
Since I didn't have a...
I guess I'll aim for the other bear that partially charmed.
It resisted her charms to do it.
And I'm just gonna try to calm them down and fight.
Go ahead and roll a handle animal check then as I set up these health bars.
AKA, we're going into combat with pets. Awesome.
Well, I wouldn't call this combat per se.
Hey, if I could possibly die from it...
They haven't noticed us.
Yet. I've had bad luck so far. I mean, I was a fantastic tree, but...
You were a pretty fantastic tree.
You managed to calm the other bear down. He no longer really truly wants to kill them. However, the wolves have begun to attack the bears. Because now that they're calm, it's now they're defending themselves, and they don't know that the bears have stopped.
Okay. I'd go after a wolf next.
Alright, so I'm going to roll 5 initiatives here. And alright, so one of the wolf is going to go first, but the bears go second. So this wolf over here is hold on, I'm going to give control to left or right, Emeridia?
Left.
Left? Okay. You have control of the left bear. Bears versus wolves. Celebrity deathmatch begin.
Versus elves. / orcs.
What other orcs?
You also have control of your snake, too, if you want to get him involved, too.
Yeah. Where's the icon for my... There it is. Cool.
Oh, what did you say that snake was again? Sorry?
A medium viper.
Viper?
Mm-hmm. I haven't come up with a name for him yet. I will.
That's right, medium viper. He has 9 HP. Okay. To give him a little health bar. Because why not? So the wolf itself goes in to bite the bear. He lunges forward. And I think actually that manages to hit. Funny enough. Yeah, it actually does manage to hit. Hold up. How does a wolf have a higher armor class than a bear? That makes no sense. Huh?
That makes no sense.
I know. Look at these sheets. No, that doesn't make any sense. No, that's not right. That makes no sense at all.
Maybe their skin is thicker than bear skin.
It's not. Wolves are all about speed.
Yeah.
Bears are the big defense.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, anyone knows this who's played Diablo.
So he manages to sink his teeth down into the bear's arm. And
bears are gonna die before you get to use them.
Well, no, he gets to use them next turn. He takes 6 damage. So your bear actually goes first, if you want to know what a bear can do. Since you're actually controlling it.
Okay, where are you, Belly?
Look in chat as I screw cameras up for 5 seconds. The bears, they have a base attack of a claw, which is a 6 melee, which is a 1d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Since yours isn't moving, you can actually do a full attack, which is 2 claws and a bite.
And a bite is going to be 6 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna do a full attack?
I'll do a full attack on the one that just tried to
Is the one that's over here?
fight me.
Okay, yep. Go ahead. I think you have to roll 3 D20s for that, I think.
Oh, I did this.
Slash go to right position.
Yeah. There you go.
Actually, yes, 2 of those managed to hit. One of your,
Claws and a bite.
Yep, your claw and your bite do manage to hit.
Okay. So it's 1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4 or 1d6 plus 2?
What on earth?
What shirt are you wearing, by the way, there, Tiffany?
It says this is our game. It's a Michigan shirt.
Oh, nice.
I'm in Georgia. I gotta support my teams, you know?
There you go.
Same here. We're just like, where's Eastern from? Michigan.
12 damage.
Actually, I think that's. Oh, your bear manages to move down and just slice both claws. First one he stretches himself too far and gets behind him, but the other one just goes straight into the wolf's side and bites down the back of his neck, and the wolf just cries out, yelping his name, and he is very much almost dead. My bear actually gets to do the same thing.
Your bear name sucks.
Apparently, he hits with the bite, which is fine. Although he will manage to take claw damage on his own,
Killing himself.
sadly.
Should I roll an initiative for my snake?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just chewing on my foot. I hope you don't mind.
Did you say your foot?
Okay, my
Yeah,
snake is
Gil's
back.
got her entire foot in her mouth.
Your snake is going last compared to the other 2 wolves. So the my bear decides to go for an attack, but as he's lunging with both paws forward, he slices one of his other paws, and it causes the other one to miss. But his mouth latches around the body of the wolf, so he at least gets to do some damage.
Come on, Mamix.
A half as much as
Hey, meow meow. God damn it.
And grips on for 5 damage.
Lily.
And alright, it's the other 2 wolves. This wolf here is going to go for a bite. The wolf in the
Which
back.
one is this?
These are the wolves.
Yeah, which one?
The one in front of you. The wolf lunges forward, trying to get you off the other wolf, and manages to bite his friend instead.
Oops.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll damage. That's dead. He's dead. So the other wolf goes. My bear's bitten off. Is going to try and attack me. Manages to hit it. Great. Going for a counter bite attack on that against me. So he rolls 1d6 plus 1.
Taylor. Take a biscuit.
He manages to bite hard onto the flank of my bear and just sinks his teeth right in and tastes the blood as he rips away a little bit. Actually, no. It's your turn, since the one that had the highest initiative is dead. So it's your bear's turn. Or, actually, no, it's your snake's turn. Your snake.
Snake.
Hold on, I couldn't hear you over the garage.
Was that a garage?
It wasn't a garage?
No.
Oh. Sounds like a garage door.
It was
It's
a
my
shitty dryer.
my snake is fake.
Your snake suddenly discovers his own tail and bites it.
Poor guy. So we lose all the
He's immune to
pets
his own
this round.
poison.
Sorry?
He's immune to his own poison.
Okay. Just roll for the bite damage of it then. Which would be 1d4 minus 1.
Let's hope it doesn't come back and kick her in the ass.
So as he flies, as he makes his sort of leap forward in a way with his, since he, apparently a snake can do that. He's discovered I can jump for a minute. He sees his own tail and says, "Wait a minute, what's that?" and just chomps down on himself
You're dumb.
for minor damage. Now,
Yeah,
actually, it's your bear's turn.
Huzzah! My bear is going to tear apart the
And
damaged wolf.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, the snake was there and I thought it was another wolf. Don't ask me how I thought it was another wolf, just ignore me.
well, he hits with the first claw.
And I didn't get in that one, so ha!
So yeah, you're fine there.
I almost got in that one.
Almost, yeah, almost. 1d4 plus 4 for that.
7 damage.
So you managed to lunge forward with the damaged wolf. The damaged wolf that's actually being bitten by my bear. And you slice straight through his side, and your bear can see sort of the blood and sinew that's formed from the muscle, and he's almost dead. To which point it actually is my bear's turn. He's actually going to do the same thing since they're right next to each other. Another full attack.
And you completely obliterate him.
We watched the wolf explode in a shower of blood.
Your party.
And as it just sort of flies, this other wolf suddenly becomes very afraid and tries to run. Do you let it go?
Yeah, I'd let it go.
So,
we have 2 wolves to eat.
huh?
We can eat the other 2 wolves. We found dinner.
Yeah, actually that's true. The other wolf runs away, and the bears come over to join us with the snake.
Yeah.
You now have like a team of followers for you almost, Meridia.
She's gonna start her own little party.
I look at Dancelin and I look at the bear, I'm just like, can I touch it?
Sure.
His bear's the most wounded.
I touch the bear's butt. I mean, like the side of his like hip. I just call it a butt since it's so close to the butt.
It kind of winces in pain a little bit. As
Can I-
my... So go ahead.
Can I do a heal wounds on him?
You can.
Here, let me help you, big guy. If it helps.
And she misses, no.
Well, no, it would accept the heal anyway, so it just roll for, which heal spells do you have?
I think I have Cure Minor and Cure Light. Let me look. I know I have Cure Minor wounds.
Guys, that was so helpful for that. Bless you, bless you.
Without everywhere.
Bless you. That was so helpful with my charming animals and such.
You just sort of stood back like, ooh, I need popcorn.
I was a tree. Fantastic tree. I will forever be a tree.
Did you roll? Did you roll for the health, or did you find the spell? Or no.
I found the spell, but it doesn't. I don't know. Like where I was reading, it didn't tell me like what die to roll.
Well, is it light wounds or minor wounds?
Well, if I have minor, I would like to use minor.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Because I kind of do not want to do much reading right now.
At least she's honest.
Mostly
No,
because
Taylor, I need you to go out here so you can find. You can stay here.
That's just 1 point of damage. So you heal. You successfully. Your hands glow a mild green, and you watch his wounds slightly heal up a little bit for 1 point of health. Actually, here, hold on. I need to flip that around. Where I, however, decide to... Ah, no.
What?
Wrong one. Yours was... There we go. I fixed that, finally. I meant to do it that way.
Mine was only damage 6.
Huh?
Okay, good.
You had the higher health bear, and I managed to... I put them in the different areas.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm petting my bear. I'm an orc with a bear and a snake. I'm boss.
Walking forward more along the path. What are you laughing about?
Just how awesome we would look.
Yeah, 2 bears, a snake, and the rest of us. Yes, that would it'd be like.
And just
not
like wondering what orcs would say if I ran into them now.
Oh no. We walk forward along the path once more, and we open up. The path itself opens up into a main road, and we see a small fork in it that leads off elsewhere. Excuse me. And looking through, we discover that there are signs written in Elvish that are along the path.
Okay.
That Solanaar is just ahead of us.
Huzzah!
And we see that even though we have 1 more day of trek, but we are along a main road, there should be no other interruptions, and we could make camp for the night. The sun has started to set. You don't want to rest there, Fia? Okay.
How about we take a vote, guys?
Yeah, we
Who is tired?
I'm tired, and I want to use my bear as a pillow. Yes, I can.
Canceling.
I'm all for resting. That's not a problem. Relea has as we walk up. You're derping, Fia. I don't. We can't hear you. What'd you say? Mariah?
Hello.
Mariah?
I said, well, I'm already voted out 2-1.
As we
I'm neutral, so.
As we sort of stop for the moment, we watch Relea come out of a set of bushes around us. And looks at us. So, you found the orcs, huh?
Yeah, easily enough.
At least you found the trail. And she starts to set up and she looks at and I look at Lillian. Would you mind setting up the tent? She points us to a small grove off the pathway that's open.
Sure. And I begin to set up the tent.
You just before as you waved your hand over the bag, the tent flies out and spins a little bit before popping up and landing on the ground.
I pet the tent. I love this tent.
You have petted the tent. This is Mariah.
This is my animal that I've tamed.
What?
Your bedroom is a nice view, but
Oh.
No.
I don't think.
Thanks for pointing out that was my bedroom.
I mean, the bed gave it away.
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't hard.
Just a bedroom. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's like everyone's got a nose.
I don't.
Except
Not
for Voldemort.
everyone has a nose. Don't be so
Except for
insensitive.
Michael Jackson did.
Not Voldemort.
I don't have a
Michael
nose.
Jackson.
Actually, a baby was just born without any nose.
True.
I didn't know that. Aw, what a cute baby. Maybe.
Just everyone has a braid. It's safe to say everyone has a braid.
That's also not true.
True.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop with this because you're just gonna go against it.
Everyone has skin. That's the only one you can truly say.
Yeah.
Unless they're dead.
They still have skin.
Well,
It goes away after time.
it decomposes.
Yeah, but we put enough chemicals in it that it lasts for forever.
But not everyone who's dead has skin now.
Alright, let's start with semantics.
Everyone living has skin.
There you
There you go.
go.
That'd be cool if someone didn't. That would look awesome.
No, it wouldn't. I would be scared.
I would assume it was because the zombie apocalypse is upon us.
It would
Yes.
just look like some of the Titans from Attack on Titan. It'd be awesome.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be kind of terrifying, but you know.
Well, as the tent gets set up,
Oh, we've been talking that long.
yeah. Well, the tent sets itself up in like 5 seconds. It
Yes,
just,
I petted it. It's
Lillian pets the tent, and inside, Danthelaine starts to make food for the party, giving it with the wolf in itself. Sorry, no, hold on. Let me rephrase that. We set up a campfire, and Danthelaine starts to cook the wolf. There we go. Ovens don't exist in this world. What am I doing? Even though I did steal the tent of Harry Potter, but hey.
Stew!
Yeah, but there's magic in this world, so therefore that is possible.
Maybe. So
Magic is possible. Technology is not.
Yes.
yet. So we all get a nice serving of stew, of wolf meat and everything else, and what seems like a small feast is almost in front of us.
Num num num.
I have wine. The tent gave me wine again, right? Yeah.
No.
You're not allowed to have any.
No one's not allowed to have any if I'm not allowed to have any. That's how it goes.
Considering you lit your ass on fire,
You wouldn't want to drink alcohol right now.
Your butt still feels the aftermath.
Well, I don't want to, but what? It's gonna. Well, Liliana, I still need you to put cream on it tonight before we go to sleep.
Oh no, that's not my job.
Who else is gonna do it?
I
volunteer
my
dancing.
steak and I go to my room.
I stop making like. Okay. You have 2 hands. I'm sure you can do that. You're on your own.
I have hard time reaching around. Mostly because I want to make everyone's life difficult.
Can't your bear do it with its claws? I mean, what?
That's not hurt. What happens if one of the claws slips in my butt? I'm not about to have that.
You don't
Huh?
have a bear.
I don't have a bear.
Not
Steven has-
you. That's who I mean.
I don't think Danthlin's bear is gonna want to touch my butt.
You might not have a choice.
You can touch your own butt.
You don't have a choice because you're my sister.
Oh, I have all the choices. And I take my
Oh, I
food,
didn't have a choice when you were a baby,
and
did
I
I?
take my wine. This is my choice. And I walk away.
Yeah. Me and my pets have eaten, and I'm currently leaning against my bear with my snake coiled in my lap, just petting him, looking boss.
I'm side eating. I don't want to touch nobody's butt tonight. Any night. Ever.
Your butt feels perfectly fine from the fire. There's no need for cream.
Okay, Mr.
Petting
Know
my
It All.
animals.
Clearly, you looked at my ass and determined, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You're not gonna need cream. It's okay that you looked at my ass and determined that.
It was fair to everybody, but I'm not here, so you didn't hear that.
We have gone off on a tangent here.
Always happens.
Yeah, always. As basically it's only me and Fia around the fire at this point. I look at her and say, "I'm glad we made it this far safe at least."
Me too.
We should be hitting Solanaar by midday tomorrow. Hopefully Amaridia will be able to keep her disguise up.
Hopefully. I kind of just sit there and just look into the fire for a minute, staying quiet, keeping to my own thoughts.
What's going on?
Just a few things, you know. My sister not opening her mouth, and a couple of other personal aspects aside from Daggerfall and whatnot.
I look at her as I take another small bite. Your sister will come around eventually. This rift can't last forever.
Or take a small bite and I mumble to myself, though it could still be heard. Lillian's not the only person that needs to come out about something.
I'm sorry, you broke up there on my end. What'd you say?
I said, Lillian's not the only person that needs to come out about something. I mumble it as I take a bite of food.
What do you mean?
I shake my head and I just keep eating and looking at the fire.
I look at her quizzically. Come on, I mean, it's not like... the rift between you guys will mend. I mean, I don't know who else holds secrets. I mean...
No one else holds any secrets that could hurt people. So...
I look at her again and just sort of shrug it off for the moment. Not understanding kind of what you mean at this point, but knowing that you're probably not going to say much more.
Is anyone else around? Because I don't know if Liliana...
Ralea's off doing her own thing. I think, Liliana, you ended up in the tent, right?
Yeah, I'm inside.
And Simona's doing the Scarface thing.
She just kind of
fired petting my animal.
You're okay. You are around us. Okay.
So I thought you walked away.
I thought I heard you walk away, but no, that actually answers my question. Where you're at? You're still around the fire, petting your animals.
Still by the fire, just quietly listening. Your elves, not my affairs.
I kind of just sit there and continue to eat my food after that, noticing that we weren't totally...
Only your forehead. Just saying.
Huh?
Yeah, just your forehead.
Better?
Yeah,
yes.
Better. I turned to Amaridia. So what pulled you into all this? Like, how did you get involved with the rebellion before?
Back when Anna was a teenager, I met her. She helped me out when I got thrown in jail. And I've been loyal to her ever since.
I kind of nod. Yeah, I know when the orcs did their campaign, I know the humans took them down pretty quick.
Yeah, well, I was never raised among the orcs. I was raised among humans, so it was a shock for me when I went out and left home and everyone hated me.
Kind of, I nod and sort of, given that we spent most of our lives up north, and I nod to Fia a little bit, we can kind of understand.
Yeah, well, I'm not accepted anywhere except back in my hometown. Orcs don't fully trust me because I'm half human. No other race likes me because I'm half orc.
Maybe one day the prejudices will eventually pass. Maybe even what we're doing can fix that.
I'd like to think so.
I take another bite of my cooling, of what's left of my meat, and stand up. As the sun fully sets and the moon kind of comes out. And I say, well, I think it's time for me to at least hit the sheets. Before walking into the tent and seeing an animal conga line.
No, we can totally do the limbo.
Before
My
Dantlin
snake
does go,
between the
before
bears.
Dantlin gets up, I kind of just set my bowl to the side and I quickly go into the house, brushing against his shoulder.
I'm sitting in the kitchen, by the way, guys. I have wine next to me. It seems like the closer we get to home, I start drinking more and more.
As I follow Fia into the tent after I get up, I
get the stars and fire.
I look at Lillian in the tent, and then say, "Oh, wait!" and rush out and sort of pet my bear a little bit before he goes to bed. Since we don't have.
I mean, can't he come inside? Isn't it big enough?
I was gonna bring my bear in.
I mean, well, we both have one.
Big furry bed. Come on.
The tent's big enough.
I look at you and say, "All right, come on." And I open the tent, and you watch the room start to grow as the bear walks inside. The room, this living room that we have in the middle of this tent grows as the bear walks in.
Ooh, what color is your bear? Mine's cinnamon.
I was gonna say black.
Yeah, but black bears come in multiple colors, so mine's cinnamon.
I hadn't thought that far ahead, to be honest.
He's not that attached. For a druid, he's not that attached.
Well, I'm attached to the bear itself. It's just that I'm not. Like, I hadn't thought that far ahead myself as a DM.
I got the red bear, you got the black bear.
Alright.
There, we can tell them apart now.
So, I walk into my bedroom, and all of a sudden, I try and open the door for the bear, and the bear's just like...
What?
He tries to squeeze inside and watches as the door forces itself larger as the room grows. And I just look at this thing like, I'm so glad this tent can do this.
Yeah,
I'm the one who loves the tent.
as he stands there and he watches the tent form to this giant bear, I just quickly go to my room and shut the door with a little bit of an emphasized slam. And then I go to sleep.
I kind of question the slam and softly close my door, and then I go to sleep myself.
I end up doing my night when everybody finally goes to bed. I end up doing my nighttime meditation sleep in the living room instead of actually going to my room.
All right, Simona. Anything else?
If the fire died down, I would go inside and have my snake land around there.
So, since this has happened, the fire's died down. The morning comes, and with the morning, actually, we're gonna everyone roll a d4.
I got 4.
I know, I got excited. I thought it was my roll at first. I was like, yes! And then I realized it was yours.
Okay, so
4, 2, 1, and 1. I am boss at rolling today.
Apparently.
I'm not.
Emeridia, you wake up first.
Makes sense.
Your snake and your bear are sort of crawling about. From there, Lillian, you wake up. I'm guessing you both start getting your things together and sort of waking up for them and getting ready to get back on the road, right?
I don't have much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of play with my snake.
I wake up next and sort of knock on Fia's tent door.
My mind went in the gutter. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
No.
Answer
She
because
said she woke up playing with her snake.
Okay.
Really? First, we have the one conversation before recording started, which, for all intents and purposes, for me was only a step less uncomfortable than period talk.
We were talking about pregnancy, guys.
What's that weird?
Well, no. We were specifically talking. No, I'm not even. No, never mind. I'm not going to put that in video.
We were talking about condoms and birth control.
Yeah,
Okay. I was talking about that last night.
Anyway, first we get that conversation. Now that
Anyways, let's
I
continue.
have a pet snake.
Well, yes, I know, but still. Anyway, I knock on Fia's door.
And I don't wake up because I'm still sleeping.
I turn to. I see if anyone's sort of watching and walk in and slightly knock and walk in.
I'm still sleeping.
I shake your shoulder a little bit. Fia, it's time to wake up.
I kind of roll over and look at it before I roll back over and go back to sleep.
I shake your shoulder a little bit harder. It's time to get moving.
Just like 5 more minutes.
We don't have 5 minutes, and I don't want to see what happens if someone's still inside the tent when she folds it.
Oh no!
So I quickly
want to see
get
what
up here
happens.
and I gather my stuff and I quickly get out of the tent.
Aww.
I follow you as and I haven't even thought that far ahead on that either. You follow the same procedure, and the tent folds itself up and flies back into your bag. And Lily and Relea leads us down the main road. And as we get to the main road, as we start falling down, the sun's beating harder down on us since there's not a lot of tree cover on this main path. And after a few more hours of walking, the sun is beating high in the sky. And we start to hear the sounds of a city. We start to hear more and more people. We hear, different musics and everything else. And as we cross this hill, we see wooden trees that form a wall stacked high, and a gate that then forms a fence around this city. And we see guards that have posted in front of it.
I wrap my snake around my shoulders and have it hiding my face like a scarf.
That's how she hides her fangs.
Hey, snakes are multi-purpose.
She's clever.
You managed to succeed in the scarf in the snake scarf.
Classy.
As one of the guards walks forward and sees what looks like 5 elves and a selection of animals.
They can only see 2 bears.
Sorry?
They can only see 2 bears and then my snake's on me.
That's right. Then they see the 2 bears. They say, I almost want to say to leave your bears outside, but I've never had to say that before.
They don't bite.
Are you sure you have control of them?
Yes.
Positive.
All right then. He looks at you over again and sees definitely that we're 4 elves. And sees 5 elves, sorry. Welcome to Solanaar.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
Yep.
And then
I curtsy.
And as we look at the end of today, we go back to Daggerfall, where Anna is sort of moving around the castle once more, and Lord Snow walks up to her. They're in the actual throne room, and he looks at Anna. Is the party safe? She just nods at him, kind of glaring and keeping a tighter hold on her daggers. Where were you during the assault? We were trying to find you. Make sure you were safe as well. He grimaces a little bit. I didn't want to be... I was hoping you would have ran with me, but I just took my chances and made flight. I managed to make it out of the city quickly enough before the 7th Scythe moved in. She kind of nods a little bit. Well, that's good. The party themselves are perfectly safe. Do you know where they are? I do not. They wouldn't say. The raven that came in last night. That came in a couple nights before. Was it from them? She looks at him. I don't know. I didn't even get to see it. He smiles and nods. The council has been called for a meeting again, so I'm going to end up leaving the city very soon. But as far as I can tell you, the king, he knows nothing. He's just grasping at straws. Before he bows to her and walks away. Anna looks at him grimly as he walks past, taking one of her throwing knives out of a hidden pouch. But the door is closed before she manages to try and send her shot off. And that is it, actually, for this week. For all of us here at the D20 Brigade, Mariah, Tiffany, Simona, and since Relea is not here tonight, I'll say this for her. We just wish you good luck and happy gaming.